article there on the methylated. And then it's stay 2 minutes and pour it up there to that stove and strike a match. And then you pump it up to that here which is ready for light. It takes her burning a minute before she's ready to have light.
How long will it keep going for?
When you light it?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll keep going when you light it till the oil was done in that bottom.
How long would it burn for now?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, it would burn now after the plenty of oil on it, actually. It would burn now when you know that. Burn now until the oil be done. I don't know whether there's much oil on it now or not. I wasn't. Not when I'm looking.
Does it give off a lot of light?
Oh, why? Oh, well, it'll give you a fine lot of light if it's dark, you know. It's good and dark there. The darker it is, the more light you get.
The nice thing about the tilly lamp is it makes a nice noise.
Aye, there's sucking noise.
You'll hear it in a minute now. If you're sitting on your own in a house at night, that's keeps you company.
Nearly as bright as the light bulb.
When it's pumped up full there, the tighter you keep her pumped, she's the brighter.
So you see, you have to light it with a methylated spirit wick first of all.
Yeah. Get it going.
Yeah, but not onto the methylated spirits.
What's that made out of?
What is it made out of?
It's just a bit of cotton.
I could not tell you. It's just, don't know what that would be.
Well, I think just a bit of cotton wool, something like that.
Could be, just placed up together and not round.
Right, but now we've got the light, I think we could ask Martha to show us how to make scones. Okay?
But the griddle on to let it warm.
Right, John, you put the griddle on. Now, do you know what all those bits are called?
Eh?
That's the crane.
That's a crane.
The crane
That's the griddle.
and the link
What,
and the crook.
show us the link and the crook.
Eh?
Which is the link and which is the crook?
That's the link
Right.
and
Right, you're right enough. Point down.
Down.
that's the crook.
Well done. Good, Patrick. That's it.
That's right.
Okay, now I know where all the bits are. That's a fantastic fire.
I've taken
What do you think that is? Why do you think that's there? Anybody know what it's called?
a wing.
Yes, it's a wing, right. But what bird does it belong to?
A goose.
Goose, right. Martha will tell you why she uses a goose. Why have you got a goose wing on the table, Martha?
That's for taking the dust off the griddle.
The flour dust. What's your recipe, Martha?
Huh?
What's your recipe?
Oh, I just put on just empty other bag.
Right, you empty in whatever you do. Now, how do you measure it, Martha?
Oh, I just empty it and usually I don't measure it at all. I just empty it and but
And that always works?
oh,
That's three half bowls, is it?
That's the fourth.
Fourth? Maybe I can't count. Now, that's the fourth one. You always use Morton's flour.
Oh, it's mostly Morton's in the shop there.
Now, what's that you're putting in?
Soda.
so
Salt. How much salt do you put in?
Oh,
a casement.
How often do you bake normally?
Brown hamburgers.
Hmm?
Fresh and
Oh.
brown hamburgers.
That's baking soda.
Twice a week.
About twice a week.
Save that. Ration brown hamburgers.
A week and a half and if it would go down.
Right. What's that baking soda you're putting in? How much do you put in of it?
Oh, a spoonful.
A spoonful.
Just a wee spoonful.
Aye.
That's to keep you from taking heartburn.
That looks a right big spoonful to me.
See, with me, I always put in a big spoon.
What's going in now? Pepper.
Sugar. No.
What's that, Martha?
That's
Cream of tartar.
cream of tartar for the milk sweet.
Oh, to sour the milk. That's clever. Yeah. Right. Okay, thank you.
Smells funny.
Might tell you to the flour.
That's,
When the
that's
hard-
girl been out and out of in the scones again.
Oh, she could do it. They have a house in Donegal a bit like this. They cook on a griddle. What have you cooked in the fire so far?
Mainly fries and heating up bread and things like that there, and toasting bread and
We cook, what do you call it, Sam cooked? Meal of crusher. Meal of crusher.
we cook meal of crusher.
Eh?
Meal of crusher we cook up there as well.
What's
Oh,
that?
there.
What's
That's grand stuff.
Have you heard of it?
Oh, I heard it. And he said it.
Tell me
I-
the name.
it's like-
I don't know. What,
Make it open meal.
oatmeal.
Yeah, you have it with your potatoes.
Right.
Eh?
Potatoes. Have it with potatoes.
Oh, why? The potato will make fights. God will be more.
Soda
You can
bread.
make two sorts of fights. Soda fights or oatmeal fights.
You're right. What's the difference?
Well, the one's made with flour and the other is made with oatmeal.
Or is it just mixing with the potatoes?
Eh?
Is it-
I mixed them.
Right. Now, you don't use buttermilk anymore.
Well, we had sweet milk and we had no buttermilk like we wet churning.
Right.
And mostly was buttermilk while the churn.
How long is it since you churned your own butter?
Oh, it's, I suppose it's just about, well, like a year ago.
And you made butter of that? Made your own country butter?
We had two cows like that were milk and then your one of them went away and we only had the one and then they quit churning on her. When you rear the cows you need it.
Well, what way did you churn? With the plunge churn or the tumble churn?
Oh, a wee glass churn.
Oh, aye, the wee ones.
The wee you turn to the handle.
That's right, the wee handle.
I think.
But we
we've
used
got one
to churn with the big
think
churn
we've
like
got
all the churn.
one of the butter making churns. Butter churns.
We got lots of them.
Turning that handle and
We got we got big ones and we got small ones. There's one in there.
Now, Katie, you ask Martha how she knows when the bread's ready.
When do you know when the bread is ready?
For coming out of
No,
this.
aye.
Oh, just whenever you get it nice, right and stacked.
She needs a butter out in the bake yet.
It's just like making cement.
I made
You need it
lots
just
of
ready
scones
for
and stuff.
blessed.
We
What
made
lips?
Celtic bread and stuff.
What's it like, Patrick?
It's just like a weekday flour mix like
We made
Tastes quite nice. Lovely.
we made lots of we made a whole pile of scones in school. And I sold them for Comic Relief, and I made fudge and sold fudge for Comic Relief, and we got over £46 with the fudge and scones.
For fudge and scone.
Yeah, for selling it in
I
school.
was making that for charity.
You're
good.
in the brave. I suppose you baked up about a 10-stone bag of flour.
Oh, quite about 3 or 4 trays.
Uh,
Jam ones and
The flour
butter
not
ones.
baked soda.
Well, I've made it.
A little bit.
Mummy's a very good cook.
Just make wheaten bread and things like once a month.
And
Now you're going to see the goose wing being used.
Oh, what's it?
I've never seen a goose wing used like this before. Where do you say it? Don't stand in front of the camera, please.
Where's that knife again?
Well, the fire get up to room.
When did you last keep geese?
Oh, we never kept these.
No?
No. There were plenty kept around us here. There were ones kept,
Right.
but we never kept one of these.
You've got ducks right there.
Oh, aye, we kept ducks. We used to keep a whole wing of ducks. And,
How many have you got now?
oh, they're only 4. Just 4.
We've got an awful lot of hens.
Eh?
We have an awful lot of hens.
Right.
Well, he no ducks.
No, we might be getting some. There's wild ducks around us and there's pheasants. And,
Oh, he pheasants.
no, we don't. They're wild, just run around.
Oh, oh, you do payment.
No, there's wild ducks as well.
And there's a peacock once
Yeah,
that
peacock.
came
Oh,
into our house. You see, it's quite tame, but somebody else owned it, and it came round our farm, and it went inside, and it went up to the boy's bedroom. I can't remember it because I was only tiny at
And
the time.
we were all running round the room after the peacock.
has it been fine and quiet?
Pardon?
Has it been fine and tame?
Quait, you know.
Aye, they're both words instead of
Do
tame.
you not know what quait is?
Who ate?
No.
Quiet.
Aye, that's nicer said.
That's what the Cully man said to Saddam Hussein. Keep quait. Did you not hear that?
Yeah, keep quiet. It means keep quiet and keep quiet.
That's right. That's what Paul was saying. You got to keep quait.
You have to heat up. Wait.
That's a lovely smell. Do you smell it now, the flower?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could live like this, Katie?
So,
No electricity, no television, no water, no baths. Wouldn't have to wash.
It gives up.
How do you think that Martha and Paul got to school? Did you ever think how you'd go to school from
Tony
here?
and Trap.
What?
Tony and Trap.
Paul will tell you how they went to school. You tell them how you went to school.
Just straight up just by the back of the house there and straight for the plant. The school's just down a wee bit for the which the cross plant. You can see the cross planting out to the end of the house. And the school's a bit far for them.
Did you just run?
Just what?
Aye.
Oh, aye.
And what do you think Paul wore on his feet?
some.
Eh?
Socks?
None.
What did you wear on your feet, Paul?
Nothing at all.
I was right.
In the summer day, you were right.
And did you enjoy school?
Oh, I wasn't extra about it.
Did you ever get the cane?
The cane?
Aye.
Oh, I know it time, not often.
My daddy got it often.
Your,
My daddy got it on the first day of school.
your daddy maybe needed it.
So we do.
Oh yeah. So what age did you leave school, Paul?
14. I was hardly 14. Left school, there were two of them going away to America and I
Right.
come home. Oh, I wasn't a bit sorry to quit.
Would you like to have gone to America?
Eh?
Would you like to have gone to America?
Well, I would have went at one time.
Are you glad you stayed?
Eh?
Are you glad you stayed?
I had to stay at home, they were on away.
But are you glad that you stayed?
Are you glad?
Are you glad that you stayed?
Oh, well, I don't know. Sure, it wouldn't matter where you went.
You like the school.
Naturally. No one ever likes school.
Do you think you could live without your television?
Well, we didn't see TV for 2 weeks over the Easter holidays.
Gosh,
Well,
that was tough, wasn't it?
For
Just saying that you can imagine you can see things in the flames.
Oh, so you can.
Uh-huh.
There are whiles when the fire goes to burn down there, you could see what you think was a photo, maybe horse, cow or something, you know,
Uh-huh.
of that description, isn't they?
Is that when you've been drinking the pot, Gene?
Hey?
Is that when you...
Oh, yeah.
touching's bad stuff.
If you were drinking that, you'd think the horse was living on the fire.
That's right.
You go over and pat it,
I'll get your hand burned.
and then you say, naughty horse. Stop fighting.
That's cooking quite slowly. You're doing...
Oh, I'd better that or the outside it would be hard.
Right.
If you'd load it down near that bleeds there, it would soon have cooked.
Yeah. How do you think Paul and Martha managed up here when there's snow? Could you imagine snow nearly over the roof of this house? Didn't you have a big storm here with snow?
Oh, 47
Yeah.
was a big storm. In 63, that was another storm.
You couldn't get out of the house then?
Well, you could get out, but there were plenty of snow.
Yeah.
Be
What-
good for making a snowman.
Have you ever thought how they could exist here? Where would they get food from? Where do you think they got food from?
Grown animals. They got their animals and they could get corn.
I wonder, did you ever kill any of your animals?
Eh?
Did you ever eat any of your beasts?
Oh, you used to kill a pig every winter. And they were at home here, like.
And how did you keep the pig?
Well, you had to cure it.
How did you do that?
Oh, you put it down in cement and salt it. You needed a bag of salt. You cut it up in squares
Yes.
and put it down in the cement, and then you had a bag of salt and put on it, and you put a good big heavy bars of wood across it and a big stone or two on the top of it.
And how long did you leave it like that?
Don't know, I wonder was it 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
I thought it was 3 weeks. Then it had to be all lifted and all well washed, all the salt washed out it and papered and hung up.
Where'd you hang it up?
It was hung up there just in them.
On the hooks on the ceiling?
There were nails in there at that time and it was all hung up.
You know, in your sitting room there's a lot of hooks.
Yeah,
Tho-
but you've got like millions. 50 of them up in Donegal.
Uh-huh. Those were used for... Do you understand what they were doing? That's just how they cured the meat.
Yeah, but there's like 3 of them across each store. And if you go and you get a mouthful of meat.
Oh, that's nice. When you were growing up, Paul, tell them about the Hiring Fair.
Oh, why? The Highland Fair, it was in Ballymena. They just went in there on Saturday and I think it was about the 12th of May or that, I think it was. And they went to the corners and there was some farmer come forward and asked them if they wanted a job. And they hired me in for the 6 months.
Where were the places in Ballymena that you went to be hired?
They just stood round the corners, maybe a bit Broadway, maybe some of the other corners, you know. And then these boys were travelling about.
Was it not at a pub called Gibson's Pub?
They were different places.
Right.
He's not a wee
No.
turn. Not a wee round of it.
And what was the name of the money that they gave you to start with?
Oh, they maybe gave you 5 shillings or 10.
But they called that something. What was that?
That was earned.
Earned money.
You were earned for the 6 months.
So you understand? You were given some money to start with, and then you're apprenticed to this man. You had to stay with him.
You had to stay with him for 6 months. And then you got your money at the end of the...
That's right. Did either of you ever hire?
No, I had far too much to do at home ever.
Mm.
And them times you were putting in maybe a couple of fields of lint, a couple of fields of potatoes, when the fields of corn.
Do you know what lint is called? What's lint?
Flax.
Flax, that's right. What is flax made into?
Linen.
Linen, right. And what's the name of the mills that used to make it? There's a mill down beside you that... Beetling's later. That's for, what's Tom McCackey's mill beside you? Do you know there was a mill at Robert Fleck's at the bottom of the lane? They're called Scutching. Scutching.
Scotland.
So where do you think Paul went for his holidays? Do you think he went sailing?
No. Out to the garden.
But Paul, tell them where you've been. Where all have you visited?
Oh, I never visited very far.
What countries have you been in?
I was in few countries and less than Ireland.
Have you been to Dublin?
No, never was in Dublin.
Have you been in Enniskillen?
Wasn't in Enniskillen.
Derry?
I never was more than a mile from the cow's tail.
What does he mean by that?
He was never far away from council.
Yeah,
He
so
was never far away from home.
so he was never into a city, not right? Look at, what are you doing to the bread now, Martha?
I'm warming the edges. Hardening the edges.
Hardening it, right. Did you never use a hardening iron here?
What?
A hardening iron. It was for drying the bread. When they're making the oat bread, they used to put it round the fire.
Oh, what?
Cake.
Oh,
oaten cake.
They just left something, oaten cake and left it beginning.
That's right.
Hardened it up.
What games did you play as children?
Oh, kick football most.
Shot marbles.
Shot marbles.
Shot
Played Ludo.
Later. You still play checkers, I'm told.
Oh,
Who do you play with here?
there's nobody around about now hardly plays checkers here.
None of the Moors do it.
Frank Fleck there used to come.
Right.
He had a great notion of it.
Yeah.
But Frank got badly hurt, I think.
Yes.
Into the line. But
Oh,
he's
do you play
still
checkers?
around him.
Checkers, drafts.
I
Drafts.
can play it.
These two could play it for you. Have you got a board there?
Aye, they're good.
They could give.
I don't know where's the checker bird. Are you boys good at it?
Yes, they're very good. Patrick's very good at
I
it.
can play chess and
Eh?
I can play chess and draft. And that.
I was playing drafts.
They'll give you a quick. They'll give you a quick game while we're waiting for this to cook.
Before that's a checker bird, man.
I think it's, I'll get you in a minute. I think it has.
Oh, they're quite you'll see them there.
The blacks and silver.
I don't want you to take too many men out at the time.
Here you are. Here's the Cadbury's chocolate. Did you ever get your chocolate in a tin like that?
Cadbury's chocolate drafts.
How's the bread going, Martha?
Yours. Ready?
One more.
Eh?
What does it feel like? Kitty, come and feel the bread here to feel what it feels like.
It's warm. You want to eat that?
Oh, I will all have to have a wee bit of that, Martha.
You want to eat that butter on?
Yeah, we'll all have butter on it. We need to come a few years ago to get the homemade butter, wouldn't we?
Eh?
We need to come a few years ago to get the homemade butter.
Why? Why keep it all up?
That's not supposed to be there.
Need one. That's right.
That's right.
You're very polite today, Kitty, aren't you?
Why do you look so as good as for the cools back?
Oh, I don't know. It makes my mouth water.
What was you talking for out to?
Hey?
Who got sir?
Once you look at that in your jersey,
No.
that put it right up to the butter would run at you.
What's that taste like, Kitty? Boy.
It's lovely.
I'm sure John would have a bit. Would you have a bit, John?
Wee bit, please.
Right, could we have a bit for John too, please?
And a bit for me.
You better get a knife.
Black,
Yes, please.
very warm, you know, just doesn't hold together well.
Hey, whose move is it?
Isn't it yours? Your
Right.
movie. Alright.
You look at yours, son,
You
after
use
you
that.
get that game plate.
I understand.
Hey?
Patrick,
Sure,
Patrick, you get yours off last game. Thanks very much.
Oh.
It's your move, Paul.
You'll get that other
I
back.
went in the mouth and then we'll see,
If you like it, maybe you don't like it.
we'll see how we're...
Can't trick me if not.
Hey? You can.
Hey, wait a minute. What, do you know what you're doing?
You ain't kill that.
I know, but if I kill out one, there's a color.
Of course you will, but if you don't do it, you'll lose it anyway.
You can jump.
Aye,
He can't jump. He can huff you.
When you kill that and the far more than that count.
He can huff you. Good, John.
You kill again. See, it's not no.
Cut me a wee corner there, Martha,
You want
please.
that?
Oh, of course. Don't think I came here for nothing, do you? A bit of a slaughter going on here. Thanks, Martha. That's lovely.
Oh,
Well, hey, but you want to eat that more?
Nice, please.
He thinks he's got you beaten, Paul.
oh, I hit from a bit. I bet that's it right here, you. I'm going to get a king on it.
Can you not stop him, Patrick? Right. We have a wee surprise for you here. Kitty's got something for you, Martha.
Oh, that's far too much.
John, if you just close the door to cut the sound out, please.
Thanks very much, that's too much. Oh, what? Oh, that's lovely.
Right. Tell me, have you ever had champagne in your life?
No. Something like that.
Well, we're going to have a wee glass to celebrate this.
Oh, I wouldn't take
Oh,
it.
Paul will. It's this wee lady's birthday.
Hey?
It's this wee lady's birthday.
Oh, did. Oh, well, I wish her a happy birthday.
Right, John, if you take the top off
I
there.
don't take any.
Hey?
Do you take the tonic wine?
You were,
I-
Do you ever take tonic wine?
you were,
I take the cordial wine there and put water in it.
You
Uh-huh.
could have kept me from getting there.
There's one thing I was wanting
Hey?
to ask you.
We missed it.
You should know everything. What as both beans.
What's what? Never heard. Never heard of it.
Never hear. There were a girl that was studying for a doctor.
Do you drink it or what do you do with it? What do you do with it?
Drink it.
Drink.
I was wanting to know what it was for, whether it was for the stomach or the blood.
Is it bile you're talking about?
Hey?
What's it called again?
Bog bean.
Broad bean.
Broad beans.
Rugby.
Bog bean.
No, bog bean.
Oh, it's stuff that grows across the ground, you know. Grows across the ground and you can... Oh, it was great. There were some people thought that it was great.
Right.
Hold the glass.
Have you ever had a glass of champagne in your life?
Oh, hey.
Good. Well, you're going to get a glass now. John's going to open this for us. Good.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
there, it's squirted.
Now,
The champagne, all the coats.
you give that...
Squirted, squirted.
Pour him a good glass.
I like it when
Oh, just a wee taste.
Oh, no, no, give me a good glass.
Get big one. Full. To the brim.
Now, you bring that over to Paul.
Is it wee still though?
No, that's champagne.
Thank you, dear.
Right, boy.
They're far too much.
You take that and then I'll give you your other back.
Here's all the best.
Cheers. Pour a wee bit each for you lot. Martha, would you not have a wee sip of champagne?
No, thank you.
A tiny wee one.
I never.
Dip your finger in it even.
Eh?
Dip your finger in it. You know, take out more glass.
You'll have them all, drum.
Oh, no. They're far better with that than the gripe water.
Eh?
That's far safer than gripe water. Put your glass out.
Basin things to go.
It's no use once it's open, Paul. Slowly, don't.
You said it, no.
You get. Right.
Here's basin things.
We'll all have a wee
Do you want a
glass. Yeah, oh yes, of course. I want a glass.
Fill us up to the brim now, Drum.
Alright. You want
You're
it?
not taking the taste.
What age are you?
9.
9.
Tell her when you were 9.
I was 9 yesterday.
Oh dear.
So this is a party we're having here. I'd like to give you, children, a toast to our hosts, Martha and Paul. And thank you for having us. It's better than the medicine you had in hospital. It's better than the medicine in hospital.
No. They never give it all.
They should have.
No, never.
I got there. I didn't want them to beat me in this chair.
Just take a wee bit more, because once it's opened, Paul, the fizz goes out of it.
I won't keep.
It won't keep.
Oh, no it. Oh, well, then you better not lose it. That's lost, Tony, we will get on me.
What'd you get for your birthday yesterday, Katie?
Here, Sean, you didn't get your. Do you want a wee bit more?
It's your
Where are
move.
you talking about?
Your move.
Well, I had a candle on me.
What are you doing committing suicide here?
I'm just.
Eh?
He's committing suicide.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Are you winning, Patrick?
You need to take you that.
No way, spelled me.
Come on, you're letting down acting the door.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's lovely. Ah. That, you're saying 3 acres 11. Eh? That was great.
But what I can do is...
You're getting my 2 for nothing. Eh? I would count 2 up on there, or count 2 to there.
He's living dangerously.
Eh?
He's living dangerously. Do you want to make another move?
No, it's just go.
Okay.
It's your move.
Take them 2 men.
Yes, I think you'll have to. Yeah. No quarter given, Paul. That's it. You've got to learn the hard way. Right, come on, Paddy. Take one of his men.
You're not going to even get on the king.
I am. There's a cork thing.
That's king.
There's a cork.
What's that?
It's a cork.
Well, now that's the king coming down.
That's,
You're going to be.
that's an old way.
Huh?
It's not often you get visitors like this. We've got to celebrate this.
Yeah, we were taking more.
Oh, no.
No, just a wee drop more, Paul.
He would beat me.
Paul, a wee drop more.
Sure. You're one.
Just wet it.
Don't take me. Thank you very much.
That's it, finished.
That's it.
Stop. And nothing stop. You can't come out with
Right,
that.
now, you told him.
You couldn't come out with that.
Right, you told us.
I think you were playing for Paul.
Huh?
I think he was playing for you. Right, we did well here today, didn't we?
Well, isn't it funny, if you're playing, if you were winning that, it wouldn't do you any good, you wouldn't get any better at it.
That's right. Well, once again, thank you for having us, Paul. And Martha, thanks for all for making all the effort to make the bread and the griddle.
Do you want to be that more?
Yes, please.
My goodness, you're going to have to do another baking. What we'll do is I'm going to turn out the lights and we'll finish with the tilly lamp. The light of the tilly lamp. We'll put out these lights now. Because we're about to go now. Just hold it up so we get the light in your faces. You'll never see that again.
Maybe better hide that straight.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Okay, well thank you very much once again. Okay, what do you say, children?
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you'll remember this day, won't you? It's another wee adventure. Okay, bye-bye.